yeah. We back with another rendition. We back with another ditty. You know what I mean? I got the squad with me, man. I got DPJR messing up the whole flow of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I got him messing up the karma of what's going on. I had a 2-0 lead. Next thing you know, I see my man pulling up. Probably got an Anthony Edwards jersey on some bullshit. I can't stand this dude. Yo, turn around.
I can't turn around. Hold up. Man, I ain't turning around right here. It's
Edwards. I know
it's Edwards. It's what I'll turn that motherfucker around right now. Hey, it came in today. It came in today. And I ordered it 3 weeks ago. Ever since I ordered it, he had 3 bomb-ass games. What you want from me?
You try to take credit for the order? It's about when it comes.
No, absolutely not. I'm trying to take credit for the Nuggets whooping the Lakers' ass so I can buy a different thread.
Nasty work. Welcome to the show, anybody. You know how we do it. Everybody, a little couple people filing and funneling. I was everybody's weekend. My man, Chef Justin came from a band concert.
Yeah, man. Not only that, I helped move my daughter back into the house. I've been busy all day, man.
Moving and shaking and still pulled up to the show. I got me some tequila right now, man. I'm sipping on something right now. I had to trying to get in the zone. I'm on this East Coast time zone again, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know. That's like a shout out to my fellas for doing what they do, doing the Lord's work, pulling up every single night on this East Coast time zone. Shout out to the boys.
Yeah, now
it does get late quick.
Now you got to rally like the rest.
Watch when the show gonna be like 30 minutes now. Like, all right, yeah.
That's like 60.
It's gonna be real tight.
Real tight.
Gentlemen. Yeah, listen, a lot going. Listen, I say a lot's going on, but not really.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now. Already a lot going on, but not really.
Not really. Dog days of summer. A lot of. I don't know, man. Before we get this thing started, I don't know. How y'all feeling about product right now?
I think it's watered down. I think it's very watered down right now, especially raw. You're missing so much talent. I mean, you see Drew McIntyre here and there, but he's hurt. Punk's hurt. Seth's hurt. Cody's gone. The Rock ain't here no more. We got fed good for 4 months, and it's like we starving in the middle of the desert, and they had a meal in 2 years. I'm trying to tell you, starving. Real talk. I don't understand, like, how does Ilya Dragunov main event a Raw already? Come on, man. And not to mention, no offense to Jey Uso, but I don't think he's the particular main event superstar to be able to have that type of match at the end of a Raw with somebody that just got elevated up in his second match after the draft on the roster. I don't understand that. It makes no sense. Who's going to tune into that? And then all the star power, like I said, is going. You got Cody Rhodes, he's on SmackDown. Roman Reigns, he's off doing movies. There's nobody to really tune into to garner ratings. I mean, Punk's not even there. He's supposed to be an attraction. So if he's there all the time, people aren't going to tune into them. And if he's there all the time, he'll probably get hurt even worse than he did before. And we're waiting on Seth Rollins to come back. Who knows when he's going to come back, because we don't know what type of injury that his meniscus endured. To go along with that, I'm sure she's going to sign, but Becky Lynch isn't even under contract right now. You got Rhea Ripley who's hurt. It's just watered down. It's like Kool-Aid without sugar right now. That's what the product is. Disgusting when it comes to star power. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But at the same time, I think AEW kind of had this same kind of problem when a lot of their guys were getting hurt and, their stars were out. I mean, you just got back what's his face, because he had the diverticulitis or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like
he's not even all the way back.
Is he back? He back into
the Omega, he kind of back, right? So like AEW had this issue as well when none of their stars were there. I mean, MJF's still not back. So it's like now Raw, Raw's struggling. WWE had a influx, going into Mania. He had a ton of talent, and we were trying to figure out, well, who's going to get on WrestleMania? Like, who's not going to get a match? Like, so now you look at it, and Mania, it's a struggle out here. It's time to call up people from the minors. I'm seeing all these matches they throwing together with people who just got drafted with no storylines.
Yeah, what say you, brother?
In everything everyone's saying is accurate. There's always an opportunity, though, for talent to step up and grab the brass ring during a time like this. And during the build to Mania, and obviously Drew and Seth were still established to a degree, but Drew continues to truck along, doing his best work. His promo last night was the best part of the show, as it seems to always be. Whether you like Jey Uso's presentation or not, he's been effective, at least at garnering a reaction. Whether that's good or bad is up for debate. But I don't want to blame the creative and the writers, because everyone's been saying that they've been better than ever lately. So now's the time for not only the creative team to step up, but now's the time to elevate a Chad Gable or make Damian Priest unstoppable. You got to elevate somebody at a time like this and build something around them. And if you're not willing to do that, pull the trigger, take a risk now. When are you going to do it? So I'm discouraged only by, I don't see anybody really going for it in that way, shape, and form, as far as somebody new coming to the forefront and elevating themselves and making themselves undeniable. And maybe that does speak to the lack of talent. Maybe they're trepidatious, apprehensive, or maybe they just don't have the chops to actually take that spot. But then they have to be honest with themselves, and they can't blame anyone else.
Yeah, I like everything you guys are saying right now, and it's a good way to kind of start the show before we start the show, and just to get you guys' thoughts on what's going on. And I do believe there's a moment where you can try to elevate your young talent, because what do I always say, fellas? I go, there's going to come a point where WWE is going to have to really prove to me that they are that company that they say they are. I don't give a damn what Netflix deal they got. I don't care if they sign me to a deal. I don't care if they bring us all on for a deal. I need to know what you guys are going to do when these all-time greats are finished. Now, I read top 5 say he tried to wrestle 5-6 more years. I was like, damn, all right. Well, that's cool. I'm cool. If I get top 5 or 6 more years or 5 more years, I'm good with that. But I'm talking about there's a lot of talent that are winding down. So what I'm trying to say is maybe this is a good time to kind of see what you have in the back, see what you have on the roster. NXT is developmental, no matter what they say. They're bringing a few people along, I think, a little earlier than they should be. To DPJR's point, I'm a Dragunov guy, but him main eventing against main event Jay is sidebar. I think they saving Gunther and Ilya Dragunov. They are SummerSlam and WrestleMania worthy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Lucci. That was apparent. That's apparent. They clearly believe that they have what they have because they've wrestled before and it's a banger. It's a classic. They're waiting to save Gunther for when Gunther has the title. And then they'll have that match. And Dragunov seems to be a really an important cog in WWE. Now, listen, I'm a Dragunov guy, but I can see how people wouldn't be a Dragunov guy. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like I like Dragunov, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get over as much as people think he is. You can't ever gauge the IWC as what real fans want. The most dangerous thing people do, even wrestlers, I see these motherfuckers every single day posting about what the IWC says. And they talk about, and wrestlers be like, y'all need to get out and touch grass. I go, no, y'all need to get out and touch grass. Because they get to you. You let these people get to you in the IWC, and they're not a proper gauge on the pulse of the wrestling industry. They're not. They're a microcosm. So I'm not sure yet, fellas. You could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure how over Ilya Dragunov is with the casuals. You know what I mean? If you poll the IWC, they act like he the second coming. The people over here mentioning I've never seen this much aggression since you know who redacted. I go, what? First of all, don't compare those two. Don't compare those two. Don't do don't do that. And don't say aggression. Most of the roster is aggressive. Like what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? So I'm not so sure that the banger of listen. Let me prove my point here. WWE is going to do Dragunov and Gunther overseas. They don't got the guts to do it here. They don't. I'm calling it right now. They do not have the stones to have that match as a championship match in America. They don't think it's going to be like over. You know what I'm trying to say? I believe that match is going to be overseas, maybe even in Austria, maybe even in Germany, where, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to do it somewhere where it's comfortable, where the crowd that everyone's whacking and jacking it to, the foreign crowd, apparently. So they'll wait till they go.
Whacking and jacking.
Yeah. We ain't good enough no more. We ain't the cream of the crop no more. We ain't shit. Take all the shows away from America, bring them all to overseas, and make your money over there, because we ain't shit apparently. I'm so listen. So until we get our weight up and start doing random chants and taking over the microphone, then y'all should have all y'all matches over there, all y'all premium live events. Stay in Saudi for the next 5 years, and I'll sit back here and I'll watch all y'all shows. I'll wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we can do that. That's what we'll do. You know what I mean? But until then, I do believe that Dragunov is not quite ready yet. I don't know if you guys, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know, like, as far as like to the mainstream. What do y'all think about that? You know, because I like him. I just don't know yet. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's ready either, because he needed more time to develop in NXT. He needed more time to cultivate his character, to be able to.
Tell me in what way? Like, what would you like to have seen?
Other than somebody destroying everybody, because that's not always going to get over on the main roster. You got to be able to improv. You got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to do different things. Look at Chad Gable. Although I don't necessarily agree with him being a heel right now, he's able to do multiple things. He's able to do this. He's able to do that. He can be a comedy act. He can be serious. He can be the wrestler. He can be the coach. He can do multiple things. And to be able to succeed on the main roster, you already got somebody that's a killer in Gunther, so you can't have the same guy, especially on the same show, and it's not going to work out. That's why you have to have certain differences within the character. That way they can separate themselves, or else Dragunov's going to be Gunther-like. Unless you would have put him on SmackDown, separate them from one another, and he could have got a run at the U.S. title, and then you could have did some at Survivor Series or whenever they could have clashed. That's why, to your point, they didn't want to do it at overseas. So that's what I think about the whole Dragunov character.
Yeah, but to your point, I'm gonna start the show in a second, I swear. But so like that's my point. Like, why he got United States title written all over him. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. They get too caught up in their numbers and their branding. Like, Dragunov is the perfect United States champion. Like, they too worried about having Logan Paul have some gold on his waist. Like, as much as y'all talk about how he's this and he's that and he's a social guy, why does he need a title? Why does it? Undertaker never needed a title. Most of these wrestlers, if they're that guy, they don't really need titles to get over. So like, I don't really understand that the Dragunov not being on SmackDown, going for that secondary. I don't get that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know why the hell is he on Raw? Is what I'm trying to say. Why?
I told you why. He's the next dude in Imperium, or they got 3 months for Bash at Berlin. It's after SummerSlam. It's at the end of August. They got to get him ready for that. There you go.
All right, here we go.
He did kind of play the heel role last night as well. I can see him sliding into Imperium. Right. High heels, right? No, but
together.
That's what they do.
Listen,
hey,
listen. I like to welcome
3 people from Europe. What they do?
Listen, they put them together. Listen, if they black, put them together. If they Asian, put them together. If they Hispanic, put them together. Listen,
women.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. You know, I appreciate everybody for joining us as per usual. I got the squad with me. I got the chef with me. I got DPJR with me. I got JMC with me. And there's been a lot going on in the wrestling industry, but there's not been a lot going on in the wrestling industry. You know what y'all want me to say? Y'all want me to lie to y'all? Y'all want me to lie as y'all listening to this damn podcast? I am not going to sit here and lie to y'all. I had to dig deep. I had a shovel. I had a pitchfork. I was like a prospector out here looking for stuff to talk about on this damn show that was relevant, that was poignant, that was topical, that was going to get y'all beaks wet. And I damn near sure didn't have. I was about to say, you know, we ain't doing no damn show this week. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't wowing me. Y'all ain't giving me what I want. Y'all ain't pulling off a Batista, the Triple H. You ain't giving me shit. With that being said, gentlemen, there is a king of the ring. I and a queen of the ring. Let me put some respect on these ladies' names. I am very, very, very curious at the direction that they're going. As I'm looking at this bracket, you fine fellows, as I'm looking at this bracket, yeah, it's extremely interesting. We have
Do they know yet?
it's extremely interesting. So we have after Gunther and Kofi, Gunther goes over on Kofi. Then it was Dragunov and Jay. Jay goes over on Dragunov. We have Gunther, Jay Uso. Now it's Orton and Mello, LA Knight and Tama Tonga.
Don't do it.
And I'm reading that to you. And shout out to Dylan Matthews for having a wet beak. I'm glad your beak is wet. Well, listen, y'all ain't got shit going on over Australia wrestling wise. You ain't got nothing going on. Nothing, Dylan.
and the number one Australian hurt.
So listen, so what I'm trying to say to you, fellas, and people in the chat that are listening, please chime in. With what I just read to you, because it kind of went against what we were kind of saying. Not really for DPJR because he says mellow. Where do you think they're going with this? Who is going to be the final two? Because I can assure you, I don't care if VKM's not there, if Vince is not there. They are vehemently, they are all about heel face. I can assure you. So no matter what anyone thinks, there will be a heel and a face in the final. So with that being said, Chef, what say you? Who's the final and who's winning this?
They're gonna continue to make Jey Uso the likable babyface who kind of doesn't get that signature win. So I got Gunther coming out of Raw, and I'm gonna stick with what I said before. And I got LA Knight coming out of SmackDown side, so it'll give you that traditional heel babyface. Because again, I don't see a path for LA Knight to have a title yet. So what else can you do with him? You either give him this title and King of the Ring, and or he has a great match and you do King Gunther, and then LA Knight can maybe roll into Money in the Bank maybe or something. But there's something that they're going to do for him. I just can't figure out which one it is because they keep pushing him. And I can say the same thing for Jey Uso, but for some reason he just isn't, as much as he is popular, they haven't quite yet pulled the trigger on something for him because they've given him the IC match. They've given him opportunities to be featured or whatever the case may be. But for some reason, he's still that guy who just doesn't quite get that signature victory, if you will. So I got Gunther, LA Knight, with LA Knight winning.
Jay, what say you?
I thought it was Gunther from the very beginning. And I don't really think there's a reason to deviate from that other than some people say it's predictable. Predictable isn't always wrong.
Correct.
Now I bet, just to our points at the top of the show or during the pre-show, I guess, don't you wish you had a little more gusto behind LA Knight right now to have another main eventer that you could kind of slide in? Whether he wins the title or not is kind of beside the point. But I think at any time you could pull the trigger on LA Knight or Jay or put them in a main event and have them lose, right? That's kind of what they do. And the crowd would accept it and get excited for it. And some may even believe they have a shot. But I don't see anyone else that makes any sense. A babyface King of the Ring is almost an afterthought. Like when Woods won it,
absurd.
It didn't really do much.
Absurd.
So to walk around with arrogance in the pomp and circumstance of a king, Gunther obviously makes sense. I don't see anybody else. Like Randy Orton, you can do anything with it anytime you want, but you don't need to. With Gunther just coming off an Intercontinental title loss, I think he's so good that he can. I think people have already kind of forgotten about that. But he needs something relatively quickly to sink his teeth into. So Gunther's the obvious choice, and I wish I had a different take than the chefs just to talk about it. But nothing else makes sense. Can we pull up the bracket real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So Kofi Kingston's an obvious no.
He already lost. It's a wrap.
Okay, so he's.
It's over. So it's right. So it's Gunther and Jay, and then it's Randy Orton, Mello versus LA. And
okay, so Carmelo's on the table, but a win over Randy Orton this early in his career, wow.
He's winning that match.
He's winning.
He's winning. I'm telling you, he's winning.
There's no reason for Randy to win. He doesn't need to.
Carmelo, LA Knight is going down.
If Tama Tonga beats LA Knight, I think that Evan might riot in the streets.
I will.
And you'd be justified for doing so. So yeah, the only person I see, Tama Tonga makes no sense. If
they could do Tonga Orton because they just had that match at Backlash.
Justin, I swear before God,
I don't.
I swear, oh God.
What would you do if Tonga wins the whole thing? King Tonga.
If I could get away with murder.
Hey, the Aussie needs to clip that look Evan had when he said that. Evan looks straight in the
Yo, Dylan's here. He go cropping.
evil as hell.
He came in at the right time. Listen,
He skipped the whole chef part. He went straight to Justin.
I know exactly. I took the title. Yo, first of all, shout out to my Samoa Watchman. I acknowledge the real tribal chief of this podcast. Lucci says Triple H has favorites from NXT and Melo is one of them. Absolutely can never, ever, ever be ignored. Ever. Lucci also says, I don't want Gunther to win so he can win Money in the Bank. I would love Gunther to win Money in the Bank, even though he's so great. I'm going to tell you why I want Gunther to win Money in the Bank, because I don't want to see him for the third time and then win the Rumble. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing him in the final two. I'm tired of that. I'm tired, like, y'all shouldn't have did that twice for me. One time, yeah. Second time is weird. Give him the Money in the Bank, because if he wins Real Rumble, I'm kind of like, eh. Dylan said he already clipped it. Shout out to your boy. Will Foster said, I would love for them to do that just to piss Evan off. I would love that. I told bro, stop playing with mental health is a real thing since yesterday. So please not do that. Shout out to Miss Awesome. What's really, really good. Now to everybody's points, and y'all are making fine points as I look at this bracket. I'm feeling something weird about this Jey Uso thing. Extremely strange. Does he go over on the great Gunther? I'm not sure. I'm going to stick to my guns. After Gunther cut that promo, I was like, before the Kingdom Ring even started,
yeah,
I'm going to be like, he's definitely winning. So I'm going to hang on to that. Miss Awesome said Jey Uso King of the Ring. Let's hope not. And then for Randy Orton, Carmelo Hayes, I think it'll be the biggest win of Melo's career. I think Randy Orton is at a position in his career where he wouldn't mind giving that to Carmelo Hayes because he's done it all. I think he likes the kid. So I think Melo's winning that. Hoping LA Knight wins just because it gives LA Knight more pomp and circumstance. Tama Tonga, people really don't know what he is just yet. So with that being said, give me LA Knight Gunther in the final. Give me LA Knight Gunther in the final. DPJR, what say you?
I can see Gunther winning, but I'm not going with that because, like Lucci said, Money in the Bank is sitting right there. And you could put that on Gunther, and you can have a real shark in the water, somebody to fear. And legitimate, it doesn't matter which title he can go for. He can destroy either one, because when they hear that music hitting, then they see the ring general stand on that stage. They know what time it is. They ain't got to worry about the ref saving that ass, because that ain't going to happen. Gunther coming at him like Kendrick came after Drake. I'm trying to tell you, it's a wrap in that city. Listen to me. That's why I'm going with King Melo. It's got a nice ring to it. And also, you can have Dragunov. That's a way you can get Dragunov versus Gunther in Berlin. You can have him cost him versus Jey Uso. Then you can have your babyface versus your heel in King Melo. I hope LA Knight can get past Tama Tonga, because I'm afraid that's a dark horse. That's a real dark horse to get to Saudi, because it's looking like, why would they have him lose to LA Knight? Because you got the bloodline running amok apparently on SmackDown. That piece of shit they got over there. I don't know what they got going on over there. For real. I call them the line of blood. But
I wouldn't really call it running amok. It's kind of like when the schoolyard bully takes all the balls off the playground. Like, they're not really.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I was being sarcastic, but hey, that's neither here nor there. And like that way, if you got him versus Jey Uso, that's how they would kick off something with bloodline. Right? But I don't want to go with that. I want to go with King Melo versus Jey Uso, and then King Melo take him down. And then you can have him do his run. You can have Gunther take down Money in the Bank. Everybody can have their cake. They can eat it too. Everybody's happy.
But it isn't this tournament, when it isn't Gunther's character in his lore, his lineage, his history, that he's a heel that we hate. We hate him because he's a monster that no one can stop. He's not really a shortcut type of guy. In fact, he fancies himself better than that. Now, yes, a hypocritical heel can go back on his word anytime. But in that vein, in consistency and continuity, God forbid we have any of that, but if we do, wouldn't his character be tailor-made for a tournament where stamina, athleticism, wrestling acumen, bell to bell is actually what decides the best participant in that tournament, as opposed to a Money in the Bank where it's usually reserved for a cowardly heel that's going to backdoor their way to a title?
Not just that, because like I said, that's why I got him as King of the Ring. Not just that, because literally his shtick, he's not a traditional hero in the sense that the ring is sacred. The people that he dispatches with extreme prejudice are the people he feels do not support that don't wrestle in the craft that he wrestles in. It's the crazy thing about his character is he actually believes that in real life. He does believe the way you're supposed to wrestle a certain way, the way you're supposed to respect the ring, the way you're supposed to respect the craft, the history, the lineage. That's why he's really good at that character, because he truly does believe what he's saying. So to your point, I think he doesn't need any interference to win the King of the Ring. I think he wins the King of the Ring going away. I think it's the right choice for him, the King of the Ring, because it keeps him away from the title. Because they can't hide him forever.
No, he's too menacing, too overbearing. Wouldn't in storyline and maybe in real life, wouldn't Gunther that we know in WWE despise the Money in the Bank?
I believe so.
Or we're looking too far into it. They don't
we're because I'm
too late.
Hey, I ain't booking for y'all. Damn it. I only book for y'all 1 week at a time, because if I start booking for y'all months ahead, y'all steal all our shit.
That would be interesting if he won that and didn't even want to.
And he was like, no.
But then
hands it to Dragunov because he's gonna be in Imperium one day.
He had a conundrum. That's interesting. That's never been done.
Miss Awesome says, stop hating on Bootleg Bloodline. You just hated on him by saying that, boo. Ralph, what up, Ralph? Salute brothers Tonga and Jay. Further the Bloodline story, y'all forgot to use. You forgot he used to go by King Tonga. Oh no, Ralph. I didn't forget. I just wasn't gonna mention it. And here you go, pulling up weeks late. Gonna talk about he called himself King Tonga. Lucci says Tama Tonga gonna get King of the Ring with all the interference. But sidebar, guys, Dylan says, do y'all think all these injuries are legit or something to do with the QR codes with the Wyatts? I believe legit injuries. Gentlemen, what say you?
Some of them got to be legit.
They are.
I don't think the people that they said got hurt would necessarily be hurt by a loss. So I think it's legitimate injuries. There's no reason for them to fake it.
They are. WWE doesn't do what AEW does. They don't believe they can afford to have great talent pretend like they're hurt. They don't do that. That's one of my biggest problem with AEW. That's the dumbest shit ever. Don't like the Daniel Bryan. Don't do that shit. You don't have enough talent to do that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like WWE only does that when people go on vacation, or it's like legitimate. They're shooting a movie. When they have top talent, they use their talent. Seth Rollins is hurt. Drew McIntyre is on the best run of his entire career. That man is hurt. Trust me. He is on the best run of his entire career. Braun was really hurt. What I'm trying to say is these guys, this company, they don't do that. They just don't, because their talent is too great to mess around for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks for a storyline that no one really knows anything about yet. This Wyatt thing is, we make this Wyatt thing something that we don't even know what it is yet. We try to make it something. We don't know what it is. And it kind of leads me into, we'll get back to the King of the Ring because Dylan brought up a good point. This kind of leads me into this shit about, thank you, this shit about this Wyatt stuff. It's the same thing that bothered me when the late great Bray Wyatt was alive. They wait too long with bullshit. I don't care about QR codes and static electricity and fun houses and bullshit.
The screen glitched.
And I'm not trying to be funny here. Doing all that and overthinking things is why we didn't get Bray as much as we should have. I'm telling you now, if he's hurt, if he was sick, that's one thing. But there's times where they're drawing all this mystery and this intrigue. Who's Uncle Howdy? I don't know. Bring him out. What the fuck are y'all doing? Seriously.
The week after that documentary dropped was the time.
The QR codes?
Every week.
Who gives a shit about QR codes? Half the audience don't know how to use them. Cute. Like, what are we doing? To answer Dylan's point, no, they ain't using injuries for no Wyatt shit. Because I'm telling you for a fact, they still don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing because they brought back Braun Strowman and it wasn't a part of this. After I pretty much said that it should have been. Like, how do you? It's there for you.
How is he not in the Wyatt family? How?
Right. How is he not in the Wyatt 6 or whatever it's going to be called? Like, what are they doing? It was right there. It's telegraphed. It was easy.
It drives me freaking nuts. Ralph says, but WWE booked themselves into a corner with the Queen of the Ring, Jade and Bianca. Also, Bianca fake injury going to play a part into this. I don't know about that. We're going to talk about that though when we get to the ladies. Lucci, I'm rooting for that company, but they making matches out of left field with no buildup. Dylan says, bar keep. You are to my wife. But listen. I brought up AEW for a reason because I just don't like that. I don't like using injuries for no reason. I am not a proponent of using injury for storyline. I don't like that. If you ain't hurt, you need to wrestle. If you on vacation, you on vacation. The stuff with Ray or whatever, when he had his eye thing, whatever. That's fine. But I don't like it if they need to be on vacation, pregnant, something serious. Because they need to have their ass out there and wrestling. That's what they need to be doing. And whatever y'all are doing with this Uncle Howdy Wyatt family shit, you need to do it now. Oh my Lord, because I don't give a damn who he is. He's not his brother.
Even when Bray was here, God rest his soul, they didn't do anything. It took so long. You had a countdown or a contest for when will Bray Wyatt wrestle. God rest the dead. But.
Seriously, man. But I have to still talk about it. Him passing away doesn't change the fact that they had to get on this shit. You know what I mean? It's a happenstance. I still talk about Kobe. Kobe's not here. I know he's not here, but I have to talk about. I don't like what they're doing here, and it's tailor made for Bo to have a significant historical run in a company and wrestle in his brother's name and do something really incredible. But all this nonsense is wearing me out, and I'm telling you, they just getting started. Shout out to Miguel. What's going on, brother? I was wondering that too. Who are the Wyatt going after first? I don't see how they can make a bang without Bray. RIP to the Eater of Worlds. Ralph, Jimmy not hurt. They never said his injury. Ralph, Uncle Howdy was Miz in WWE 2K23 if you unmask him. Will Foster, watch them bring him out at Saudi Arabia. That is going to piss me off so much. I don't care when they bring him out. I don't care if he comes into this room right now and suplexes me through this table. Just do something.
It'll make JMC's day if they terrorize Final Testament.
I was thinking that too, man. I was thinking that's what they could be in creatively with the Final Testament, but that could be one of the reasons why they haven't brought them in is because they have an act like Final Testament and they don't want to water that down. I'm not sure. They don't pay me to think for them. If they did, they would have been debuted, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm done. I'm done saying they watered down the Testament. I like water. Water's refreshing. What's worse?
Tasty.
They pissed them down because water. Now I know water. I know piss has water in it, but you know what I'm trying to say? I'm tired of saying water down at the piss.
Whoa. Whoa.
White day, DP.
Woo, pissed them down. Jot it down.
Dylan Matthews, JMC in the Final Testament does have a good ring to it.
If I can usurp the leader and eliminate him for all of eternity and take over the group, maybe.
Miguel says, good one, Chef. Yes, shout out to Chef. It's awesome. They have too many tag teams and nothing to do with them.
Trios titles.
Maybe too many factions, love.
Trios titles.
Yeah. And listen, why not? Why not? Seriously, why not have a trios title? Why not?
You also can have tag team matches that establish you as. I know that there's no ranking system, and I don't always like matches just for matches either. But if you're the storyline can sometimes be an athletic contest to see which team is better and is going to move up the ranks. But every match seems to have some sort of title implication, and you get a number one contender after they win one match, and it's just stupid.
Yeah,
so,
just rank them like UFC style, right? Like give me the number 4 and the number 2, and if the number 4 can beat the number 2, then maybe they get a shot after they beat the number 3 or whatever. Yeah.
Or you have a team that's like, hey, we've been climbing up the ranks now. We've won 3 matches in a row, and you didn't. I mean, when are we going to get our title shot? And Pierce can say, I need to see more. Here's what I need to see. Like, there's little things you can do to keep people like at least in our top of mind awareness. And that's one thing that I think WWE has not done, whether it's Vince or Triple H or anybody.
Whoever.
They always seem to think like, yes, there should always be some sort of purpose, but the way to build things sometimes is just to remind us that we're here. And advertising, a lot of ads that exist, it'll just be a Coke bottle spinning around. It's just to remind you that Coke exists, by the way.
Shout out to Coke. Lucci says, I think they don't have enough tag teams. Yeah, Miss Awesome, she corrected herself. She's thinking factions rather than tag teams. Ralph, WWE brought Nia back to build her up and to get better in the ring to job the people again. Shake my head, put her in the bloodline already. No, see the thing about it, listen, Ralph, everything you're saying is correct, brother, but I say start her own bloodline with females. Literally, and be bloodline adjacent. Don't stand next. I don't want her standing next to that discount bloodline at all. I do not. And y'all know I'll be funny about this stuff, but they are not hitting. They aren't. They aren't at all. They're not in it. And I'm telling you why, because box office is demanded. Box office is demanded. With all due respect, I didn't like everybody in Bad Boy Records. I didn't. Some were good, some weren't good.
Nobody liked Little C's.
Tama Tonga is like the loon of the bloodline.
Yeah, nobody liked Loon, right? That's discount Mace. Nobody liked Loon.
I just gonna be like, I like Loon. Watch my wife. She gonna pull up. She love Loon. I'm like, you making my point.
Same with the NWO. You had your superstars, you had your underlings and your lackeys, but when you put an NWO shirt on somebody, they became somebody by association.
By association.
And that's okay because that paints a visual picture like, oh, they're strength in numbers. And even though I know that Horace Hogan is never going to be the world champion, but just that presence when they come down is okay sometimes. There's roles for everybody.
Shout out to Miss Awesome knowing my reference. That's why Lil C's got it the worst and hit him up. Exactly. I ain't talking about Case. Case was hitting. But Lil C's trash. Loon booty.
G-Dep.
G-Dep had a couple bangers. Hold on now.
Well, that's why I said, you hear me? Yo, listen. That's bit of mouth. Special delivery. Spit like this, get my wrist all glittery. Nah. I don't let you say G-Dep. He said, I was born ready, and I was all ready to go feast chef spaghetti. Nah, Jay, I can't let you do it.
You're not gonna slander G-Dep and Black Rob. Not at all.
Oh, no. Did you hear me say Black Rob? God rest his soul, by the way.
I was saying I like G-Dep.
Yeah, listen. Lucci says, don't worry. Cody going to carry the WWE to great heights. Shout out to Jim DeSantis. What up, brother? Hope the family's well. Ralph. Well,
is he, though?
I think that's sarcasm.
No, I don't think it is at all. Hey, listen, Lucci, I don't think Lucci's being sarcastic. Confirm if you're being sarcastic, Lucci. Ralph. Well, Solo and Bloodline segments are better than Cody's, and he's the current champion.
I don't know anything. I can't
remember.
What?
I mean, guys, I gotta say it. We're at the point where we talk about if Cody's champ, then what?
Now listen. I've waited. Listen. That's what I thought. Lucci said no sarcasm. That's what I thought. Listen, Chef. I was trying to think.
So we're there already.
We are.
6 weeks.
All right, listen, guys. We haven't discussed this, but it's okay. I like live shows and I like doing this podcast live, so I like that y'all brought that up. I was going to have a discussion pre-show to see if we all thought we were there first or give him a time frame. But since y'all already have made your mind up, Jay has not said anything, so I'll go defer to him. How much time do we give Cody is as far as the now what goes or then what goes, or are we already there with Ms. Yo Rose?
Are we talking about
I love it. Ms. Yo Rose.
What we like and what we think is good, or are we talking about ratings, revenue, and butts and seats?
Legitimately to being the replacement of the great Roman Reigns, because that's what he is. That is what he is, no matter what. It is not my fault. He's the one following Roman. So that the bar is what Roman just did.
Okay, so if everything was exactly the same as it is now, but we have Roman Reigns holding the titles, the show is exponentially better. Still, whether you love him or hate him, love to boo him, love to cheer him, or think he's the most handsome man in WWE history, the show is better when Roman Reigns is on it, or just the threat that he might show up as the tribal chief makes the show more interesting. Every segment was interesting for years. Didn't matter what else was on the show. The same cannot be said about Cody Rhodes, because not all of his promos were good. The last one that I even remember that he did was that thing with Jey Uso when they kind of parted ways on Raw, and it was nothing. So yes, it's already diminishing. I don't know what it's doing to ratings. I don't know what it's doing to revenue. That's still doing great. I still like Cody. His matches are always going to be solid. I don't think the crowd's fatigued of him entirely yet, but it is the beginning of a very slippery slope. We have reached like the entry gate. If you're like at a water park and they're sizing you up.
The turnstile, daddy.
Yeah, you're at the turnstile right now. They're sizing you up for your raft. And we got like one leg in the raft. We're kind of like wedging our ass, not sure where to sit.
Wedging her ass. What is wrong with you, Shane?
We're about to go down a very, very slippery slope in a tube.
Wow. Miss Awesome says Cody's boring. Lucci, Cody should get a fair shake. WWE's always slow after WrestleMania. Oh, listen, Lucci, I'm the reason why I love you guys. The reason why I love you guys that are in the chat, and I love that when you guys include yourself in the show, is because I'm just speaking, and I want to get y'all's thoughts. You always know when I mean something because I talk very strongly, and I let you know exactly what I'm thinking. The reason why I asked the question is I'm not sure just yet. I'm not sure, and it's because of what you just said. You said WWE is always slow after WrestleMania. That's why I asked the fellas, at what point do we go, interesting? At what point do I go, tribal chief? This is the problem. The problem is you can't lean on Roman Reigns forever. There has to be a next man up. Now, I'm trying to say if Cody's not that guy, then who would have been the guy? Think about that.
There's no one else.
There's no one else.
Yeah.
That's my point. Now, the Chef and DP, you gentlemen feel that we're already at this point. But who would have been? Who's out? Who's there? You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't think we're at that point quite yet. I think we're close. I think we're real close. I personally would give him till SummerSlam. You got to give him till SummerSlam. But it's
Diet WrestleMania. Yeah,
the masses are starting to turn a little bit against him. Well, that are older. The young folk love him. But are people going to be still buying that merch? Is he still going to be moving that merch? Got to be main event, merch moving, and getting over, brother.
Dig it. Listen, Lucci.
Mack up in here.
Listen, your boy. Lucci says Cody needs a good dance partner. 100% agree. The all-time greats, the greatest scenes of all time.
Everybody's hurt.
The greatest movies of all time. They have great dance partners. Yo, shout out to Jesse J. You're late. You damn right you late, but I'm glad you pulled up.
Until there is a dance partner that we believe actually has a shot to take that title, you can't put it all on Cody because we know for a fact after usurping a 3-4 year run, he's not losing the title, especially to AJ Styles, who's a seasoned vet that doesn't need a title.
And the dance partner, sorry, Jay, the dance partner, you're right, has to be believable enough to take the throne. I don't need dance partners like Serena Deeb is not a good dance partner for Toni Storm.
Oh God,
because she's going to lose. You need that dance partner where you're like, ooh, okay.
But that's why I'm in my opinion, that's why I'm like, we're here now because in my opinion, I don't think there's a legitimate dance partner. So you already had AJ. Anybody else who is legitimate and could be a good dance partner, if we're going by our recipe, if you will, if we're going by the chemistry of good guy, bad guy, anyone who else could be a good dance partner is currently a babyface. KO, babyface. Orton, babyface. LA Knight, babyface. So the people who he could have really good matches with right now aren't seen as someone that like who's getting booed out of that match. Like LA Knight, Cody Rhodes might be a good match, but who's getting booed? Is he going to do a heelish thing? I'm not sure. So the fact that they already threw, the hateable guy, so it's easy to throw the hateable guy in there because he's the champ, right? The other people you could throw, they're already tag champs, so it would be the guys who are tag champs and dress the same but don't really have a name and don't have a finisher. Those guys are throw-ins, but you put them as a tag team so you can have a heel tag team. So Logan Paul is the easy answer, but it's like, then what? So they're going to have a couple promo battles, and Logan Paul gets this treatment because he was already thrown into Saudi Arabia once with Roman, right? And that was also weird because that's when he was a babyface, and we knew he wasn't going to be a good babyface, and we hated it then because Roman was the heel. So now Logan's the heel, and my guy, Captain America, aka Homelander, aka Captain Britain, aka whatever, Stars and Stripes. Shout out to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, one of the greatest games ever. Cody is at the point where I don't know what's next. Like he's the commercials that run during Price is Right, and you know them all by heart, and you expect them when they're coming, and you like watching Price is Right. You're there for the big wheel. You're there for Plinko. You're there for all these things, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I just maybe it's the song that triggers me, but it's something about Cody where something was a little off. Maybe he will turn like Homelander and just laser eye somebody in the crowd. So I don't know. That would surprise me.
Not necessarily Homelander, but you gotta give him the opportunity to pull out that lightsaber like Anakin Skywalker and say "fuck them kids" and go to war. That's what needs to happen.
I was like, oh, that's why Yoda was hiding like a little bitch. I was like, I didn't know that.
He can go heel. We got 2 years of Cody Rhodes. We can get 2.5 years of Cody Rhodes. Pretty soon, before he loses that title, he's gotta go heel. That way he can go up, line up against Babyface, and that way a Babyface Roman can come back and take the title and lead people to the promised land. Because that was the moment the trigger was pulled. He hadn't shown it yet, but when they booed him, when they were chanting for Roman Reigns and we want Roman, that's the moment that they're gonna go back to when Cody Rhodes decided to say "fuck them kids" like Anakin Skywalker.
So how long until Cody Rhodes is terrorized by the Discount Bloodline? They're on the same show.
Yeah, this is my issue. My issue is if our answer is Cody turning heel, that's a problem. Because that goes.
It's gotta happen sooner or later.
To my main point, though, this goes to my giant point about wrestling in general. If that's our answer for Cody to get in his bag as he goes heel, then he should not be champ. Sorry, that is bullshit. You need to have a sustained run as a babyface because you were booked as a babyface, you won as a babyface, you cutting promos as a babyface. That is the cowardly way out. It just is. It just is, man. I'm telling you, Cena had to do it. So you got to do it. You have to do it, man. He just got the title. Everybody in the chat, my fellas on the show are saying he got to turn heel. That's an issue. That's an issue. He just got the title last week.
If you got Roman Reigns coming back as a babyface, Evan, you got to move things around eventually.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's a him problem. That's a him problem. But you don't just get to do cool heel stuff because you can't move the needle because after the whoa hits and you get in the ring and hey, Cody, man, I like you, man. Stop saying that. What do you want to talk about shit? Stop it. We're done. Stop. It's over.
That was never good.
It's over. It's done.
It worked a little bit. You just need to have, if any of you watched the show recently, Baby Reindeer, every character is interesting, but no one's a clear-cut heel or babyface. Now, in wrestling, you need that. I don't care what anyone says. That's a modern tradition. That has to be something. But Cody can definitely tap into something that's edgier, that's a little darker. He needs some adversity. Right now, there really isn't any. AJ was not posing a viable threat, not because AJ Styles isn't great and hasn't been great. It's just because it was too early. It was never an actual viable threat. So somebody needs to come in and rattle Cody's cage. But also at the same time, he needs to get inspired. It's up to him as Cena, whether you liked him or not, no one ever felt like I'm bored or I'm not going to react.
That's my point. That's my point.
Cena's also better than Cody. I'm sorry, he just is.
All right, so, wait, this is not.
Yeah.
What? Now I will say this. AJ Styles put up a good match, but that's like Wolverine without the adamantium. Like it's just not the same threat.
It's watching a movie and turning on. Like I'm going to cut to my favorite action scene. I have no idea what the stakes are, what the story is, who's who. But, I can enjoy this scene for what it is. It's well put together. This match is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. But you already know that is the law of diminishing returns. If you do that every week, there's no investment, no reason to come back and watch each week unless you're a true hardcore weirdo wrestling fan like, the IWC is. But you want to attract kids and you want to make a hero and you want to establish characters, we already know what you have to do. So that built-in bloodline story and the finish the story, that's great. But I'm worried, and I blame half on Cody and half on creative for this. Because if
he's going to stay babyface, then he's got to lose the title at SummerSlam. It has to happen. Yeah, because if you okay,
No, you think we're disagreeing. We're not disagreeing. Listen, we're not disagreeing. I'm saying hell no, it ain't gonna happen.
No, I
think it will, because at the end of the day, aside from a good run from John Cena, all baby faces have short runs, and Hulk Hogan. Other than that, most baby faces, at least of this generation, they have short runs. When The Rock was a baby face, his runs were short. Cena had very short runs. There's a reason he's 16-time champion. There's a lot of the times where babyface drop the title and they get him on the chase again. That way they have sympathy. They can get some heat to go against the heel. That's what's going to have to happen. That's why I said if he's going to keep the title a long time, he's got to turn heel. There has to be something with the story, because I get what you're saying, but everybody's not John Cena. I get what you're saying with that run.
Check it out.
That run to be short with the babyface.
Check it out. Listen. This is not a disagreement. This is not a disagreement. The reason why I bring up John Cena is because it's not my fault that everyone's not John Cena. But John Cena was a babyface, and he made things compelling as a babyface. That happened. There's history. There's footage. Figure it out.
John Cena got edgy when he needed to.
I'm just saying. Figure it out.
Yeah, but like you said, but he didn't go heel. So Cody has to say, "Well, I'm the guy now. So here's what we need to do."
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's about. I don't think it is about the title, losing it or retaining it. I think it's about he's not interesting right now.
Straight up.
The whole identifying factor that we had with Cody for the past 2.5 years since he returned is, cool that he's back. We're so shocked. Finish the story. Now we don't even know who Cody Rhodes is or what he stands for. So I'm a fighting champion. That's been done a million times. You're talking about matches once again. You're going to have a lot of matches. Great. We know that doesn't stand the test of time. So Cody needs to take it upon himself and come to creative with, this is what we need. Maybe you need to have somebody beat the shit out of Cody for a couple weeks and actually pose a viable threat, and he overcomes it. I mean, there's a way to make it interesting. And if we're saying that Triple H is everything we wanted him to be, and this new creative team and this regime and the new era and everything, then they should have something brought to the table. But if Cody Rhodes is the guy, he should have something to bring to the table too. And they need to find some cohesion and make that shit work, because right now he's not interested.
And I will say this: I do believe there's part of the issue, though, fellas, is there's some injuries. Seth is, of course, is a great version. It'd be a great option. Even though he's babyface, it's still a great option to revisit that and give him something to do and have Seth Rollins versus Cody and to bring something different to the table. And listen, y'all, we got kind of caught up and stuff. Y'all, the chat been cooking. You know what I mean? They Dylan says he loves Shawn Spears versus Cody. Okay. You're on crack. Lucci says SummerSlam losing the title. SummerSlam, nah.
And so what do you want to talk about is not a catchphrase.
It's not.
No.
It's not. Hey,
question.
Cody, no one can answer you, bro.
And your promos you already know what you're going to talk about. So what if they say something totally different?
That's what I'm saying. Dylan goes, and so what do you want to talk about? We don't know. Samoan Watchman, just get a little angry. You can be a babyface and show some attitude, a little tonality mastery. He's a flatliner on tonality. Absolutely. What I'm saying is show some edge. Heel does specific things. Being edgy doesn't make you a heel. The way you act, what you do to people, how you get your victories, that's heel work. You can be a dick and still be a babyface.
Yes.
So like, I don't understand. So it's DP, I'm not disagreeing with you, because he's floundering. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what people do to that song. I don't care what people do when that pyro hits. When he's in that ring, he's cutting promos, people are quiet.
So
quiet.
I have an idea, and then if you guys have any ideas of what you would do, I would send a character like LA Knight, who is revered by the fans, technically a babyface, and everything that's happening, I would just call it out. I'd be like, Cody, you have
oh my God,
Dylan is a shut the hell. You just confirmed what I was saying, but
running rampant.
Oh my God, like Hulkamania, brother. Good Lord, man. Lucci says Cody can't pull off the middle edgy face thing. Either Cody is heel or face. You think so, huh, Lucci? That's interesting. That's so interesting.
I've seen in AEW and on the indies, and none of that shit counts for WWE.
But still, he did it.
Yeah, he can. Cody's better than people think, but for whatever reason, and if I would have LA Knight come out and say, Cody, you've already lost your edge. Everything that's happening, I'd have a character like LA Knight be the proxy for the fans. And I'd say you need to nut up and be like, and the man to make you nut up is me, because I'm taking your title
straight up.
Because ever since you beat Roman Reigns, you finished your story, and you became a superstar and worldwide celebrity, and you turned into a soft little bitch. And ever since then, you don't talk the same, you don't walk the same, because you think you've arrived and you forgot who you are and you forgot where you came from, because you think you achieved your dream, and you changed already. So now I gotta bring you back to reality. That's what I would do if I'm WWE creative. I came up with that in 2 seconds. So they have a whole team of people. Why can't they do something better than what we're doing right now?
Because my people on my podcast are better than people in creative in WWE. I'll say it right now. I don't care.
And we do it for free.
We're better.
Knight's not winning that match. So at the end, maybe you have a series, or you have a hell of a match, and maybe LA Knight beats him bloody as shit, but still loses. And then at the end of the match, Cody thanks him for reminding him who he is, and they're still both babyface, and that's great. And LA Knight's elevated when he loses. You can do shit like that, but it takes a little bit of effort. It's not always about titles either.
Nope. Wow. Miss Awesome, did they make merch off? So what do you want to talk about? No, because WWE's like, no, we're not making merch off that shit. No.
And they make a t-shirt out of everything. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
That phrase is horrible.
It's do.
Whoop that trick is stupid, but I get why people would chant it.
I do too.
Yes. In the annals of pop culture, people like, oh, sweet, but like, what do you want to talk about? No, Cody.
Yeah, Lucci says it's crazy. His best dance part is going to be The Rock. Yeah, because he did exactly what Jay just said. He beat him so bad that no matter what happened at WrestleMania, you still remember that ass whipping, and it's always a viable match you can have. My only problem with that is The Rock has to stay upright. He does. The Rock is not young, man. The Rock's not young. The Rock has responsibilities. The Rock can't even make it a set on time. Listen, we got to allegedly. But
I'm come for you now. They come for you now. Allegedly. They said, we didn't break that news over here.
Listen. So we can put a pin in that. Queen of the Ring is going on right now. A little bit more clarity, a little bit more clear. There was Shayna Baszler versus Io Sky. Io won. Then they did Lara versus Zoe. Lara won, and then now we have Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair. Now you find fine gentlemen. Yo, what up, Shine Bright? What it do? You find fine gentlemen. Well, last week we didn't have as much of the bracket. Now we have the full bracket. We see what's going on right now. I think we were all in agreement. We didn't think they would put Jade in the Queen of the Ring. I don't think we thought that was going to happen. I don't think we thought she was going to be in it, and she's in it. And now I'm thinking, how does she lose at all? Why would they put her in the Queen of the Ring to lose? I'm guaranteeing you she wins Queen of the Ring. Guaranteed. What say you?
The question is, how do they get Bianca Belair up out of there? That's the question.
Tiffany beating her.
That's the question. How do we? How can Jade cost Bianca without her turning? That's has to happen. That's what has to happen, because you can't have Jade lose, because if she loses already, but if you already plant this seed and it starts to sprout too far out the ground, you'll tell on yourself. So they got to do it very delicate and subtle. And hopefully Jade can accomplish that to a T, because that's what needs to happen. She needs to cost Bianca real slick, like the slickest of slick. That's how it has to happen. Other than that, I couldn't tell you how, because if they have Tiffany Stratton go over Bianca Belair clean, the number one pick, come on, y'all. What we doing? This ain't making no sense. Give your boy some bucks. I can give you some game now.
I mean, I agree. I was very surprised by who they were putting in here, but I talked about it, and I kind of questioned who would be in that side of the bracket. So, like you said, they just became tag champs, but one of them's got to lose. I don't see both of them losing, right? So I think my pick is Nia Jax, because I agree with what Evan said. You need a heel champ for this tournament. So I think what the seed you can lay is the fact that one of them lost and one of them won. It would, like you said, it would be weird for Jade to already lose, but at the same time, Bianca was your first round pick. So I think I agree with Evan too. Tiffany Stratton's probably going to be the Money in the Bank winner, so she can take a L. She already lost in the Naomi match, but she didn't eat a pin, so now she eats a pin. Nia will win. This is hers to dominate at this point, because again, this is another wrestler that they brought back and didn't exactly have a plan for. And if somebody was going to win, we talked about how she should have beat Rhea Ripley in Australia, but they weren't going to pull that trigger either. So this is one way they can do it overseas where it's not hurting any of their stars, and you can crown her and give her something to show for her efforts, for her coming back and working safer and working with these stars and whatever. And honestly, Nia Jade is a good match to watch anyway. So she gets her get back for getting tossed out the ring or whatever during the Rumble. Win-win for everybody.
Yo, Jesse J, let me know why you don't like Tiffany while I go on my little monologue. Tell me why you don't like Tiffany. Break it down, explain yourself, because you can't just smoke bomb up out of here and say something like that. Sean Bright said, I wouldn't have minded if Nia would have been Queen of the Ring. Miss Awesome, Nia for Queen of the Ring. Ralph says Bianca getting pulled out of the tournament. Sean Bright, Nia will be a great heel, Queen of the Ring, bow down. Jesse J, Nia all the way. Listen, WWE, how the hell is Nia Jax not winning this Queen of the Ring? How?
It's perfect. Queen Nia.
If she doesn't win this, you guys are ridiculous. Why? Don't bring her back.
Why did they?
Bro, she has to win this. It's so much promo fodder. Listen, everybody criticized Nia, me included, about how she was reckless in the ring and how she hurt people. The number one person she hurt the most got her put over. That was Becky Lynch. If she doesn't slip up and slide Becky Lynch is not as big as she is. I don't care what anybody says.
She might not be in WWE.
Anybody says. But my number one criticism on Nia Jax was protecting people in the ring, because I don't care how great you are. I don't care how great wrestler you are, male or female. You can't hurt people in the ring. But I will say this. She came back. She tightened that up. Her promos weren't that good. She tightened that up. What are we doing here, guys? She literally is a better version of herself. She came back. She righted the wrongs. The things that I thought she had holes in, she's tightening them up. I didn't say they were all the way there. Better promo, better protecting people in the ring. You have to give her this Queen of the Ring. You have to do it. I don't give a damn about Jade, Bianca. It doesn't matter. Jade is not ready to be Queen of the Ring, because you'll be doing the same thing you did with giving her that TBS title at AEW. She ain't ready to have it. I don't care how bad y'all want it. I don't care. It's not a knock. Stop doing it. Lord have mercy on my soul. Give this girl Queen of the Ring. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can almost guarantee you she don't get it. I feel I'll be so happy if I'm wrong. Seriously. But it's so weird Jade is in that tournament, because she can't lose.
Nope. They have Nia Jax to take that jaded finish, and they think that's gonna look gnarly, and I don't think
it's not, because she's gonna lift her up for 0.2 seconds.
That's it. It's not. I don't understand. Jade Cargill nor Bianca Belair should be in that tournament. This should be a Nia Jax show. She should be running away with this, and she should be Queen Nia for the foreseeable future. But unfortunately, they don't see it that way. Well, unless we're wrong.
I hope we are. I hope we are. Chef, do you think Nia is winning it, or did I miss that? You think Nia is winning?
Oh, I absolutely do, because
they're good.
It's right there. It's too easy. I don't think they're going to go the route of having one half of the tag champs be the Queen of the Ring, unless you use that for the fodder for the jealousy part of one of them turning on the other. That's the only reason to not do that.
It's just so if WrestleMania just happened. It literally just happened. They just won the tag team championships. And I do this is a quick sidebar. I think it's hilarious in 3 months how many people are criticizing Triple H's booking. Like these last 3 months, people have been like, it hasn't been good, especially after WrestleMania. People are on his ass.
Tough break.
He's gonna have to be able to adjust to the criticism. And hey, Triple H, quit sending our wheels of cheese to internet folks, man, in the dirt sheets, brother. You don't need to be doing that, man. Stand on business in the press conference.
Period, point blank.
Stand on business.
Stop doing that. You ain't got to do that for these sucker MCs out here. They are sucker MCs. Stop giving them Credence Clearwater Revival, please. Stop lending credence to sucker MCs. You are one of the greatest of all time. You just stop it. Stop. So we go, Jesse. I'm glad you responded. Tiffany Stratton, she just rubs me the wrong way. Her personality annoys me. Not very many WWE females I can say I dislike. Hell, I even like Stephanie, but this girl, absolutely not. But would you agree that she's doing her job, Jesse?
I was going to say, she's doing it. Sound like she's doing her job to me.
If she's annoying you, that is exactly what she's supposed to do. Jesse, I'm telling you right now, remember these words. Remember these words. That is one of the best young talents in a long time in this company. She is the truth, man. She is the truth, man. I'm telling you. Tiffany time.
Best moonsault. Woo wee.
My goodness gracious. She literally is. She's homegirl without the headache. What was homegirl's name? Homegirl did the moonsault. Patriot. What's her name? That's how you know. Disgruntled.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God! I'm thinking.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh, what was her name?
Lord have mercy,
I
chat.
already forgot about it.
Chat. That's who she is. She's her without the headaches. She's a better talented version of her without the headaches. You know what I'm talking about? Who talking about? What's her name?
I can't think.
Oh, that's that.
She almost was like
Dylan, you know who I'm talking about. Moonsault up the top, blonde.
She's a military woman for real.
Disgruntled.
Lacey
Evans.
Yeah.
You said military. I was going to get it.
Look at that. I rest my case. Disgruntled.
Wi-Fi was
character wasn't
fluctuating the right way. It had me over here shaking and buzzing. It was static. I had to, let it settle.
Disgruntled.
The woman's right was her move.
Yeah, the woman's right. Come on, so much potential. Patriot. Woo! But she's a tough cookie.
Like OnlyFans now. She saw Mandy Rose. She said, "Let me get some of that money."
Well, she can't get Mandy Rose money. Mandy Rose is she's an anomaly. Eyes on full sight. She can't do that. She can't do that. So the one thing she didn't understand. This is the thing about it. I actually like Lacey Evans, but the E is a place where you can't have convictions. I'm not joking. You can't. You can't be like, I'm gonna do this because I want to do this. They'll be like, no, you're not. And if she goes, yes, I am, then they'll get rid of you. That's just how it is. That's how it's always been. And I'm not being funny. And she's a woman of principle. And in day to day, you can't do that. You just can't. You can't be that.
You had that Ric Flair storyline. That one with her before she even got going.
So weird.
Whole pregnancy angle. And she was like, come on, y'all. Yeah, I'm ruined that young lady's career. She didn't help it any afterwards, but
hey, yo, Rick.
Rick, I love you. Love the whole
Nature Boy, I love you. You're on my top 10 all-time list. Well, I think deservedly so.
Uh-oh.
You need to go home.
Oh my God.
You know when Steve Urkel wore out his welcome and Carl Winslow said, "Go home, Steve."
God.
Shout out Carl Winslow.
Shout out to Reginald Vale Johnson. You listen, let me tell you something.
Hey Rick, you know when Uncle Phil grabbed Jazzy Jeff by the collar? It's that time, my boy. Take your ass home.
Go home. Stop getting caught out here on the internet messing with your daughter's legacy before she's even cemented it. Stop. Take your old ass home. You got money. You got Ric Flair drip. You got all this stuff coming in. You got sponsorships. You got deals. You got a legacy. You're an all-time great. Sit your old ass home and collect your checks.
Oh my God.
What the hell, dude?
Pizza restaurant on like a Wednesday.
Come on, man. We ain't gonna bring this up, but damn it. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't know what type of weed Ric Flair is smoking. The type to get you drunk, apparently. I don't know what he's doing over there.
How he's still alive after what happened to him and still drinking like that is nuts.
I love the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I love him. I can't stop doing that. You're ruining your legacy, bro.
It really is.
Damn, and I'm never want to know people that, well, how's LeBron James' legacy after he walked across the street. I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I do believe this does mess with your legacy, man. You have to stop. I don't want to have my timeline pop up with Ric Flair being belligerent. I don't want to see that.
There's a generation of people now that only know you as that.
And that's my issue. That's my issue. You know what I mean? I have to keep on bringing up your exploits in the ring because people are like, what do you mean? Because there's an era where they don't know the greatness. You don't understand. Like, I literally was talking to one of my kind of like my niece in my hometown, and she was like, her exact quote was, "The Rock was a wrestler."
Yep.
She could, because that's a generation. She literally is 14 years old. So before she was born, The Rock was doing Scorpion King. So imagine the generation of people that weren't alive during 1996 when he was cooking. What I'm trying to say is, people remember you as the thing they see, and unless they go into the archives and dig deep, I don't want somebody like that's that great being caught on some damn video with some sucker MC taping you in a pizza parlor. It's breaking my heart, man. It's breaking my heart, man.
Also, he just said that he had a heart attack in his last match and didn't even know it. Now that is scary. You're having a heart attack and you don't even know it. You say you're dehydrated because you're drinking before the match, you're drinking after the match, or you had a heart attack during the match. What are you doing, my boy? You gotta calm it down. Rick, we love you. We don't want to see you go out before you should go out. And you already beat death a couple times. You survived a plane crash. You survived death knocking at your doorstep. Had however long surgery. You were in a coma. They thought you were brain dead, on life support, all types of shit. And you made it through there. You kicked out at 2.9. Everybody thought he was going to die. And then you came out, and then now you're back drinking and doing crazy shit, talking about, well, I have a vodka, I have beer. And, my doctor says it's okay, I drink. I smoke, I do this. And I don't know you, Rick. I don't. But I know that's not a healthy lifestyle for a fact. And that's the type of shit that'll get you put in the ground. And nobody wants to see you, Slick Rick. So, man, be careful, brother. Just be careful.
That's pretty much all that was about. Trigger up. I like that was a sidebar, but it had to be said because I can't just gloss over everything that bothers me. I try to make this show as positive as possible. Every now and again, y'all show y'all ass, and I got to talk about it. Yeah. But to not do a smooth transition, I wanted to talk about the great Drew McIntyre. And Sean Bright says Damian Priest gave Drew a run for his money on the microphone. That's very cute. I need you to elaborate what kind of
God,
money you're talking about here.
Well, not even a run for his money, but I think he had valid points on the character of Drew, blaming everybody when a lot of it was his own fault.
But yeah, to your point, Chef, you're not wrong. But to my point, I don't like any promo rebuttal when they go, you blame everybody. It's just cheesy to me. You know what I mean? It's just, just do better, be better.
Didn't Seth already do that too, Drew?
Already did it.
And Drew stole a line from MJF too.
Did it.
Man, Stevie Wonder with Mozart's hearing could tell what Drew McIntyre was doing. For real. I'm being honest. Dead ass serious. Everybody knows what Drew McIntyre is doing. It was a decent promo from Damian Priest, but let's not act like that man got filleted and fried and deep fried in live public, because that didn't happen. Nobody's doing that to Drew McIntyre these days, unless our boy Enzo Amore comes back.
Coco.
Other than that, Drew McIntyre is on a different level. He gets in, like, he's so sick. He has CM Punk out here spoofing Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria to use him being a hater to talk about how he hates him. That's how dope Drew McIntyre is. But I'm just saying that's how dope Drew McIntyre is.
Boo to CM Punk. That was whack, bro. You don't listen to no rap.
Yeah, Euphilia, my ass.
We got to
Phil. That's
Drew's
what
been
happened
in the world for months now,
No question.
But we still got to call him out. He took a line word for word from MJF. And I know he watches AEW because he quoted CM Punk and went to Mindy's and did a whole bunch of AEW shit.
He watched everything.
So Drew literally said CM Punk should win an award for looking like a drug addict without ever doing drugs. And MJF literally said to CM Punk, if you go back and watch their first promo against each other, when MJF destroyed CM Punk, by the way, he said, I never really understood how someone who claims to be straight edge could look so much like a meth addict.
Yeah, with Drew, one thing about Drew, for a fun fact, Drew watches everything, so I'm always careful about what I say. I watch everything.
Drew's the best ever.
No, listen, and I mean this like with wholeheartedly. So when I talk about him, I'm always honest. No, I ain't never gonna pull punches on the show. I swear to God, I'm not. But I'm always if you see me like kind of, you'll see my brain as I'm talking about Drew, because I'll say something like, oh, I heard that. I'm like, all right. So I'm always like, oh shit, I already heard it. Okay. So he's heard you talk before, DP. He's heard Chef talk. He's heard Jay talk. I just want y'all to understand. Don't get it twisted. I don't care if we don't got 1 million followers, 1 million listeners. There's one that does listen. I sure.
Also, DM Hulk, no, that's my guy.
We do. That's why he can't say nothing. He can't. I'm just saying I can't always put him over. Like what you just said there, I appreciate, but he will hear. I just want to let you. He'll hear it. That's all I'm trying to say.
I want you to use the moniker "Best in the Universe" because it's WWE Universe, and you're better than the best in the world. So use "Best in the Universe," please. DM Hunk's already amazing. He knows that if he watches this, we all put.
He knows.
But he deserves that. It's not because it's for no reason. He's the best in the industry.
So listen. Here's my point, guys. Do you have a problem? And I'm not leading the witnesses at all. I promise you, I'm not. I'll start with DP, and I mean this. Do you have a problem with a person who's carrying promo after promo, week after week, night after night, against a person who can't move, can't wrestle, can't really put it like this? Drew McIntyre is carrying a rivalry that really can't happen yet until CM Punk gets healthy. Do you mind that, especially because Drew McIntyre is not winning? He's not winning. He is not winning CM Punk's first one-on-one real match back at a premium live event. He will not win. I almost guarantee he won't. Do you have a problem with somebody, or do you think that's just it is what it is? This is kind of unprecedented to me.
I was going to say,
I have a big problem with it because Drew McIntyre has done everything he needed to do to be in the position to be elevated over CM Punk. He's there, and if he loses the world championship to CM Punk most likely is going to get hurt. And you're cutting off all the momentum Drew McIntyre had in the first place if he drops the title. And then what are you going to do? Just give it back to Seth Rollins when he comes back? Then we're just playing hot potato with the title that he elevated and made prestigious. So why are we going to not reward the individual who's doing everything in his power to elevate those around him, even with CM Punk? If not for Drew McIntyre, CM Punk would be rendered irrelevant. I mean, because again, you don't have Seth Rollins right there. I think Seth Rollins wasn't there, or CM Punk got hurt, so he didn't go against Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins didn't deserve to lose that match. And it seems like this is a recurring theme that if you pay somebody the big bucks, you got to be afraid of that individual coming in and going over said superstar at the top. And that was something that they were afraid of Vince McMahon. Apparently that's not a Vince McMahon trope as much as it is a WWE trope. It seems like that's the case. If you're paying them the big bucks, if you can get X amount of views on the social media is cool, but to not reward somebody who has went to the level that Drew McIntyre has went from like, because again, like I said in Night at the Opera a while ago, he was towards the bottom and he elevated to the top. You got to reward somebody. When you make chicken salad out of chicken shit, you deserve the moon, the stars, and everything to come along with it.
As long as you keep the raisins out the chicken salad, we're good.
As long as you keep fruit out the chicken salad. Let me tell you something. For all you sucker MCs out there putting fruits and nuts in chicken salad, I will banish thee to the farthest deep depths of hell. Chicken salad.
You be hanging out with Voldemort and CM Punk. Daddy.
Yeah. I just need these guys to be healthy until SummerSlam. So if it's promos because they're too fragile to touch, or one of them is paper mache, and that's what we got to do. We got to keep them separated until August. I'm fine with that.
I think he's coming back before August, though.
The only thing I can equate this to is when you are when a baby face confronts Stephanie
You
McMahon
know.
or a manager.
Hold that thought, Jay, my best friend. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on. Let me tell you something, Heidi Mack. That ain't the fancy version. That is the melanin challenge version. That's what that is.
Not over here.
My recipe is about to be the right way to make
Jay's
it.
like, hell no, I ain't a part of that shit. Don't put that on my people.
And Heidi does 90% no, because Evan made something out the other night.
Hell yeah.
But Heidi does a lot of the cooking around the household.
She does.
And it's always good. But Heidi, we can't go down these murky waters.
Cranberries and apples for the people that are listening to the audio version. I like apples and cranberries in a fancy version. That's not a fancy version. This marriage is a sham. This marriage is a crock of shit.
That's exactly how she said it too.
Like how do you eat
it's
that?
so good. She goes,
Eat it
it's
with
so
the
good.
spoon? Do you
I
eat
like
it
everything.
with crackers? Do you eat it with
Not together.
pretzels?
Hey, yo, chat.
Eat it with a sandwich? I don't know.
Chat, tell me if you like fruit in your chicken salad, and be honest. There will be no judgment, but there'll be judgment.
I love everything that's in there.
There is a chef on here. There will be judgment.
No question.
Jay, go ahead.
Now
I got him fired up, y'all. Listen.
But anyway, I got to be honest, Heidi. If that shows up in the refrigerator, I'm going to feel some type of way. I love mayonnaise. I love chicken. But for once, let's not put them together.
Yo, we try not to shoehorn it in, but when it happens organically, baby, it's the best, baby.
But honestly, though, the only thing I can think of with Drew and Punk right now is like when a babyface confronts someone like a Stephanie McMahon or a manager, or a woman for that matter in this day and age, there's no payoff down the line. There's no match they can have. So like right now, we don't even know. And guys, I'm like 60% thinking that CM Punk is going to get hurt in the next match he's in.
So wait, I got a question. With them having we won't even call it a promo battle on Monday, but them going face to face on Monday, is that furthering Priest going babyface?
I think that's part of it.
We've seen it a mile away, and they weren't trying to hide it, guys. And this is not a bad thing. I think it's a natural order of things to get him out of the Judgment Day that he goes babyface. I think we all think we need to change, no matter what. I think we all need to change, and it goes back to all of our collective points that, listen, babyfaces. Damian, prove to me you can do a run without a babyface as Bad Bunny. Prove to me you can do a run without. You know what I'm saying? Prove to me you can be a babyface on your own without Fergalicious, without Mommy, without Big Head JD McDonough and a lot of them. You know what I mean? So to your point, Chef, I believe so, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But we'll think about that. Does that mean Punk's going heel, Chef?
No, Punk is the face and Drew is the heel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Priest babyface, Drew heel, Punk face.
Yeah.
Drew is a roadblock or something for Damian to do.
Yes, exactly. 1,000%. Drew's good enough that he can help Damian elevate right now while the feud is actually in. It can't happen. So yes, to everyone's point, that is, in my opinion, what I thought was happening. So while we can't have Punk and Drew furthered, we do get Priest turning into a babyface slowly but surely.
Shine Bright says, I'm fine with Priest going babyface. Miss Awesome. He couldn't last the damn Rumble match. The Samoan Watchman, CM Punk retiring after 3 matches. See, listen, I'm actually stunned that most of our chat agrees with us. I'm never thinking that's gonna happen, yo. I swear to God, I never know what to expect. I'm actually stunned because I thought first of all, I was stunned that we all have the same thoughts about old filibuster. But I'm just like, my whole, that's my issue. I'm not worried about a feud, a rivalry, an all-time great, a classic. I'm worried about, can this man stay upright? That's all I'm worried about. Can CM Punk last a feud with Drew McIntyre, who seems like he's Benjamin Button right now? Can he?
No.
I don't wish injury on anybody. I don't wish injury on anybody, fellas. I don't.
Nope.
If anybody don't know what this pod's about, we're tongue in cheek. and we mix in our serious takes. If you guys don't get that we like to have fun, then I can't help you. Then you're listening to the wrong show. We don't want nobody hurt. We just be like, can he stay upright?
Nope. He could take Robitussin every night and rub his body in Vicks Vapor Rub, and he will not keep himself from getting hurt. Period.
Vicks Vapor Rub. I can't deal with this dude, man.
Never has anybody needed Goku's chamber to be real more than Phil Brooks. Never has anybody needed Michael Jackson's hyperbaric chamber more than filibuster.
He could pop a sensu bean and still had a halo on his head.
That's a little Dragon Ball humor for y'all right there. You got to know your anime a little bit right now. Jesse J says CM needs to retire before he breaks a hip. That's cold-blooded, but I love it. Shine Bright patiently waiting for Jacob Fatu. I don't know if the E wants Jacob Fatu in there. They trying to castrate the Samoan before he even pull up. They trying to give him a wrestling vasectomy before he pull up.
You rethinking that contract right now, Daddy.
They're like, because I'm gonna tell you what they did. They signed this dude before they seen all that promo work. I'm telling you, they were like, wait, what? I'm a firm believer they signed this man before that promo work. I'm a firm. This boy can cut. He can cut. Listen, Jacob Fatu, no matter what they do, unless they have him do what Dexter Loomis does and not speak, he's going to overshadow most of the people he's next to. He just is. He's a gravitational pull, brother.
The man said Dexter Loomis.
Oh my goodness. Miss Awesome. The Rock with his stiff hips per DPJR worked better than him. Yeah, you see, don't nobody forget DPJR.
Nobody ever gonna forget
hip slander. You thought you got away with that Rock hip slander, didn't you?
I want to see the Rock shake them hips one time on Instagram. That's when I know he heard the show. Hey.
Yo, what if he did that? Yo,
go ahead and tag your boy, baby.
Oh snap. Oh, listen, I was reading a little bit about AJ Styles. I think it's on Sports Illustrated. And I don't put over typically any other like whatever like things unless they're super credible. Sports Illustrated is one of my favorites ever since I was a kid, since they were giving out phones for subscriptions. And they were talking about would he want to face The Rock? Would he want to face Dwayne The Rock Johnson? He says yes, under one condition.
This dude.
He said The Rock would have to be babyface because he's creating some kind of heel movement in his mind that he wants to stand the test of time. So DPJR, what say you?
I don't know what the hell he talking about. Like what type of heel are you trying to do? What type of foreign ground are you trying to break that we've never seen before? What land are you traveling to, sir? Because I don't think you got it in you. The Rock went to a place we weren't sure he could ever go back to. I personally said on this podcast, he was dead and gone. We all thought he was gone. We thought babyface Rock was just going to be kissing babies, talk about, hey, you say bullshit, and you say asshole, bullshit, asshole, bullshit. That's what he was doing. Until.
I mean, he did sing in Memphis, though. He did give us a little bit of that Memphis.
Until he hopped into that DeLorean with that Sachi vest and that leather vest, and he came out that motherfucker and spun the block. I said, "Oh Lord, have mercy. We have something here." And that's the only person that could garner sympathy for Cody Rhodes right now. So how the hell you gonna change that AJ Styles? You can't take that away from us. But the problem with him going against The Rock, I don't think he can be the right babyface to go against The Rock. So we don't even want to see that match. So it's irrelevant, unfortunately. Georgia Wolverine, I apologize. It's something that I'm not intrigued in the slightest about.
Listen, Redneck Wolverine versus The Rock. I don't know if you heard, he was on Sports Illustrated. He said he wants to go against The Rock, but only if The Rock is a babyface. I'm looking at it from a different angle. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think The Rock can hang him with AJ. Straight up. No way. He can't. Listen, and it's
talking about the bill, Daddy.
This is not a knock on, to me, an all-time great. It's just the facts. I'm turning 40 in less than a month, and I swear I rolled out of the bed and tweaked my back, and I ain't do shit. So what I'm trying to say is, a man that's 5 decades plus old might have a little bit more trouble hanging with one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time, Jack. And with that being said, if anyone's going to be a babyface in this duo, it's going to be you, AJ, because what The Rock has done, I personally would have pulled a Prestige. If you guys never watched The Prestige, the great Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, watch the film. It's a great film. I personally would pull a Prestige, and I'd be heel until the next time I face Cody Rhodes. I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about on Twitter. I'm talking about appearances. I would go full kayfabe, angry Rock. He's already ruined that, but that's what I would have done. So I don't think AJ can match this version of The Rock. The stuff he did to Cody, it was unprecedented. It was great. It was great for the business. It was different. It was fresh. It was new. So I like the thought of the match, but I don't think we could ever get anything like that. Chef Justin, what say you?
I mean, first of all, shout out to AJ Styles, who is turning 47 in June. Another super old guy who does not look the part. So, whew, that's an amazing thing for him to constantly reinvent himself and continue to look like he hasn't been a day over 40. As like he's doing great work as a heel right now, but at the same time, as people have already said, and DPJ eloquently says, the final boss. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Like that is the final form. I'm not trying to continue with anime, but that is Cell's final form. That is, Frieza's final form, where there's just not another. There's not going to be anything else after that. That is the final transformation. That is the end game of what he's going to be as a character on WWE, probably. So the next time we see him when he fights Cody, that will probably be his swan song. That'll probably be the last time we see The Rock. So as much as that would be awesome to see AJ versus The Rock, it's probably not going to happen, and it's just a pipe dream.
I don't think The Rock can hang with AJ Styles bell to bell. That's obvious. And AJ Styles, from a character standpoint, from a delivery standpoint, from a promo standpoint, isn't even in the same stratosphere as The Rock. Let's be honest. Which I think Evan said both of those things. But there's nothing wrong with that because they both bring something very different to the table.
I agree.
They're both all-time greats in their own right.
They are. And
what I want from an AJ Styles program is not what I want from a Dwayne Johnson program.
Correct, the Mundo.
That's why different flavors of ice cream for different people. Do I think you should be able to do some of everything? Yes, I do.
Neapolitan.
Thank you. But
overrated.
Whoa. First of all, this is the problem. This is my issue with people on the damn show.
Grenade in there, huh, Chef?
Neapolitan ice cream gives you 1/3 of every. What are you talking about?
But it's never evenly in the container. No, don't pull that shit. That shit is never even in there. There's always too much.
Even.
No,
it ain't never even.
It ain't never even.
They intend it to be even. It's not that far.
It's not my fault on the assembly line. They cut it. I'm not gonna let you suck. But listen, I'm tired of y'all right now. Hold on, listen. Neapolitan ice cream for the haters like me who like just chocolate. I give the haters that like the vanilla, and then my dad who likes strawberry, he gets a little piece of that. What do you mean? You guys don't like compromise, and you're both married? Really?
First of all, I'm not a chocolate guy, so that's why I probably have a problem with Neapolitan.
See, most of the
time, it's not.
I don't like chocolate either.
And there's too much chocolate, so I got to give it to the wife because there's too much chocolate in the Neapolitan.
First of all, that's why you get chocolate chip usually over every other cookie, because the general consensus is there's chocolate, vanilla, then strawberry. So you're trying to tell me a company that's tried to give the best of all the worlds is not good enough for the Chef and DPJR?
Can't win them all.
Nope.
I've never heard a human being say Neapolitan ice cream is overrated. What say you, Chef?
So, okay, but that's the point.
Chef, I'm shocked. I was
all
not
together, they're not the best.
Correct.
That's not why.
Yes, sir.
I can't stand y'all right now.
Neapolitan slander. Hashtag don't put it together.
I'm about to say, put them together.
Never put them together.
Oh my God, Miss Awesome. I only like Neapolitan for the strawberry ice cream, but you're making my point, boo.
It's in there, though.
It's in there, babe, and you'll mess with the strawberry, and I don't.
And
touch
the
strawberry,
vanilla
and I
be in the middle. Why is the vanilla in the middle?
Set them over
Where
here.
should it be?
It's ruined my everything. Everything's touching it. You don't get
Right.
no vanilla by itself. You get chocolate and vanilla, strawberry and vanilla. What about you want a roll of vanilla?
Hold on, fine, folks. Do you ever
Well, I
you
got
ever
that
had
in the
all
middle.
three together? It actually goes together. The flavors go together.
Does it though?
What the? Yo, this is ridiculous. Where the hell's the chat when I need them? Where the hell y'all go? Back me up. Back me up.
JFC's just disgusted with the conversation.
When it melted together a little bit. Oh yeah, let's go, Samoa. Watch me, my tribal chief. He's spoken, so it's a wrap right now. He's the tribal chief of the show. What's we talking about?
That's
it does
true.
need to be
All right.
melted. It does need to be melted.
It's better when it's melted.
Yeah, exactly. Is that amazing? Jordan was like about to cut a promo, and you were like, and it was like, yo, fuck Neapolitan ice cream. I'm like, wait a minute.
And of course, we have to deviate and talk about this.
But go back to what you were saying.
I don't even remember.
You said something. You said, oh,
I got the chicken salad interruption too, and we're not going to.
That's so true.
We're not going to not deviate from these. We have to talk about it.
Look at this. So, what do you want to talk about? Chicken salad. No, it doesn't. Don't put them together. Mrs. Awesome sauce, and you can get rocked for 5 seconds.
Yeah. Emphasis on awesome, and she was very.
I'm sick of y'all right now. You were talking about AJ and The Rock. You talking about the styles don't contrast, but they do. And then I said Neapolitan ice cream. You like one, but not the other. And I said Neapolitan, and then go.
Yeah, none of that feels like it matters anymore.
It doesn't.
I thought he was gonna go into the thought. He's like,
I had salted caramel. Whatever.
Listen, as the conscience of the podcast, I'm sorry. Every once in a while, I will derail this shit.
I think that's the best part of the show.
Oh my god, and that's crazy. It's not even my favorite. That's not even my favorite at all. Listen,
what's your favorite ice cream?
Awesome. Hashtag separate the ice creams.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's okay.
The person I was with last night said this thing, like, oh, I can't have any of my ice cream touched. She said out of nowhere.
I understand everything you guys are saying, and I actually prefer my solo ice cream. I'm just saying I have to put over a person that was willing to try to give everyone what they want.
We can't argue efficiency on this.
Come on.
If you're going to a party and you're like, there's a lot of people that I don't really know anybody, what should we get? I guess get the Neapolitan because you never know.
There you go, you sucker MCs.
Nah, bro, you get one chocolate, one vanilla. You call it a day. What are you saying?
Okay, listen. Simone Watchman says mint chocolate chip is the head of the table. My wife
Absolutely.
my wife loves
up there now.
That's more over than people think it is.
It is over like Rover. I know a lot of people that my dad's a Moose Tracks guy.
Oh, it's better.
He's a Moose Tracks guy. I like I'm good with straight chocolate, but I like orange sherbet. I'm good with that. But mint chocolate chip is way more over than people give it credit for. Way more over than people think.
One of our golf resorts that sells really good ice cream, like mint chocolate chip and like cookie dough, are always the two most popular.
Oh, cookie dough's underrated as well. This show is definitely over now, but this was a good way to end the show. This is a good way to end the show.
DP, what's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Since you talking shit,
Chef already said his, right?
I'm going chocolate chip.
okay. Strong choice.
Mint works.
Mint chocolate chip, rainbow sherbet.
Rainbow sherbet. Wait a minute. You like the different colors of the rainbow?
Those can touch. That's supposed to go together.
Rainbow sherbet. That's good. That's great.
This is a crock of shit.
My daddy's favorite ice cream for real.
I want ice cream like really
Rainbow sherbet is so good.
Rainbow
I want
sherbet.
ice cream really bad now. This is terrible.
Mint chocolate chip and cookie dough. Like, birthday cake. Jesse coming in with birthday cake.
Oh, yeah, that's
By the
good.
right establishment, like Cold Stone or Court, whatever it is, that birthday cake.
Oh, yo, Miss Awesome, you're right though. Soft serve
or overrated.
But that's where we do agree, Miss Awesome. Soft serve to me is the greatest ice cream of all time. Soft serve to me is the greatest ice cream of all. But the thing about soft serve, you can't always get soft serve, so you got to go with the container. You can't just pull up on soft serve unless you got a soft serve joint at the crib. You know what I mean? You can't. You know what I mean? Like, so I gotta go, and I like the yogurt spots. They're dope as well. Samoa Watchman, peanut butter and ladies. Peanut butter and ladies is my second favorite. Hold on.
What?
What? Hold on.
What? Ladies. Excuse me.
Samoa Watchman, you try to get this show all kinds of messed up. Peanut butter and ladies? Is that something in Samoa?
Is that an innuendo?
What are you doing there? Peanut butter?
Behind this podcast? Why are you taking it to the far? Why are you taking it to Cinemax? Why are you doing that?
He said, "Sorry, wrong chat."
I said, "Sorry, wrong chat." The tribal chief.
That's
like everybody said. I said, I said,
Hey, this Evan Man's World of Wrestling After Dark right now, baby. Let's go.
We doing this. This right here. This is what I used to try to, tune the TV because we was broke. You know what I mean? The TV when you had to try to fix the coloration.
Yep.
Need to turn it down.
Hey, we old enough to remember where you could get HBO, Skinemax, Showtime, all on basic.
That's what we were alluding to.
Thanks for calling it out. Hey, thanks, DPJR. I was trying to not do it, but thank you very much.
Stay up till 11 o'clock, baby.
Yeah, what have you known DPJ to pussyfoot something?
That's real talk.
No
bedside manner is not his one thing. He'd be a doctor, he'd be like, "You're dying tomorrow."
But you just gotta make the most of every day, brother. You got 13 minutes to live.
He's like, "I love you up in here, but I'm sorry to say you gonna die tomorrow." What?
Hey, let me give your ass a hug because you dying in 30 minutes. We're gonna walk down the street. I'm
might be like, you know what? I'm gonna go live life.
Yo, Miss Awesome says Samoa Watchman is revealing his plans for later. He's on some Val Venus-ish. Oh, hello, lady. Let's go. Val Venus was the shit. God, it was some dark times back in the day, but I love them all. I love them.
Man, when that saxophone hit, you knew what time.
Bro, that joint was so with the towel.
Hey, about to say he was a master with that towel, boy.
Oh my goodness. Damn, then nobody tell DPJR that to do their eulogy. Hell no. Hey, on a serious note, listen, I'm
entertaining.
Let me keep it real with y'all. The show's over. This is for the live cut only. This is the real show. I'm sorry, y'all gotta watch the live. Y'all won't get this hilarious shit. But the best, I will say this. Listen, y'all, if y'all still in the chat listening. Well, like DP was. I'm drinking tequila. Sorry, y'all. DP was he was at the show in St. Louis, the AEW show, and he was doing press and he was representing the show. And I sent him to the show, and he was there at the show. And he listen, when the rubber meets the road, when it comes down to brass tacks, he was a professional.
Absolutely.
All the jokes aside, when it came down to brass tacks, he was like, "Mr. Carr, I have a question for you."
Man, we get serious now.
I have an inquiry. Wait a minute, little fettuccine 6'8", where the fuck you been, man? He said, "Is Jacob Fatu showing up at the Saudi show?" This is all bonus stuff. Is Jacob Fatu showing up at the Saudi show? I'd be happy, but little fettuccine. But tell me in what capacity. You got to book it. You can't just ask that question. So book it. What, where, and when, and why would he come up? Is Tonga in the final?
How he comes up is Triple H says, "I want you to end CM Punk's career," and he throws him 20 feet in the air and he catches him and does the Samoan drop, and then you see.
All right. I don't want Phil to explode like the Mr. Glass and what's it called, and Unbreakable,
which he would.
I don't want him to. I actually don't want him to. I don't wish harm upon Mr.
Glass.
Hey, his arms and legs will pop off like a G.I. Joe character if that happened.
I'm trying to tell you,
straight up.
Oh, he's Jesse J. Oh yeah, that man can cut up, but
damn, chef.
What
you're trying to tell me is CM Punk would look like one of them toys that Sid had in Toy Story.
Yes.
Whoa.
His parts will fall off like Mr. Potato Head.
Little Fettuccine said Jacob Fatu DQ Cody versus Logan match. Why? Just to immediately go against Cody?
Hey, Miss Awesome Sauce, you got to pause after that. He is thumbing that man Jay right there. Easy.
What you trying to do with this show? The Samoa Watchman then pulled up and turned this show into a rated R.
What are we doing? I think it's a little past rated R.
What you mean he's thumbing?
Peanut butter and ladies.
Well, when you thumbing somebody.
All I'm trying to say is when you walk up into the doctor's office, you don't die. But I just want to know that I love you, my
I
brother.
wish I would have been in the chat 2 weeks ago. JMC is a hoot. That's all I can say. I'm gonna sue his ass if I hear him doing my voice in public.
We would do it. We kept doing both. Oh, we going back and forth. Jay was doing it, and I was doing it. It was like, I love y'all. Y'all.
Hey,
when you put a baby bottom in a bubble, baby, double bubble. I love it.
I had Chef in his feast. He was feeling good. Shout out Chef in his 40. Yeah, my boy.
No, let's keep it a buck. The DP turned our group chat into one of the most heartfelt, sweet shit. That was the most emotional. I'm not joking. I was like, oh my God, you trying to get a grown man up in there getting emotional up in there. I was like, Jesus. Bro, that joke was so sweet. I swear to God. All jokes aside, brother, that was the sweetest shit. I swear to God, man. It was very sweet. It really was.
Hey man, don't be telling them to chat this shit.
Yo,
they supposed to hear the hard jokes, daddy.
You can't let the chat know that me and him actually get along.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're messing up the gimmick. I'm ruining kayfabe. I'm ruining kayfabe, but I hate doing that. We're done. Listen, show's over. Next week we're gonna have a night. Listen, next week we're gonna have a night at the opera. Next week we're gonna have what's it called? Chef's recipe. Chat was cooking tonight, so I had acquiesced. Samoa Washman, proper thumbing requires accuracy and strength training. Samoa Washman's back. He's back in full effect.
Jesus, God in heaven.
He just went to NC-17. He just went there.
Look at just the old sensitive self. Yeah.
Tata, you know what it is.
Yo, appreciate everybody joining in the chat. I appreciate everybody joining us for the show as per usual. The fellas, as always, provide perspective. We're gonna see how this thing shakes out. We have different opinions on what we think of the King of the Ring. We have different opinions on how things are gonna go, but we kind of always let things play out. But I like to get our thoughts and opinions on wax so we can always either confirm our being right or confirm us being wrong. That's what I love about us. We will always be like, oh damn, my bad. we was wrong.
But we all come together and agree that Karrion Kross fucking sucks.
If you trash, you trash.
Somebody else. Somebody else took Karrion Kross's place while you were gone.
I have no idea. I love everybody. Listen, Little Fettuccine goes, Tama Tonga wins the tournament, cuts a promo before Cody versus Logan match. Tama says this is just the beginning. Just wait and watch what we have. We won it all. SmackDown, Raw, NXT. It don't matter. I like that you're booking it, Little Fettuccine, but you lost me on Tama cuts a promo.
You lost everybody. No offense.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we get up out of here, because the show is over. Wait a minute. No. Yo, Chef, you sounded like you were coming around because Tama had a good entrance. Is what
he had a
good entrance is what you told me.
Chef, you said that.
We didn't say anything about promos. I said the entrance was fire.
But when you say stuff like that, you're making me think that you're coming around.
You have to add but he still blows.
But
yeah, right.
But you
did. It can be a cool entrance, and he's still trash.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's all it was.
I'm just saying, everybody in the chat was very curious.
I love when Chef talks shit because you can tell, because he has such an even keel. But you know he means it.
Yeah. His keel is so even, you really don't know when he's being sarcastic. He's like,
I don't want Karrion Kross to die, but if he did, I wouldn't be sad. But I don't want him to, so I'd go over the top. But Chef's just
he's killed it. She's whacked him.
That would hurt. That would cut me more.
Yeah, it cuts you deeper when someone's even killed.
If everyone keeps saying he fucking sucks, I'd be like, well, okay, guys. And Chef's like,
but you're trash. Yeah, Chef's like, you actually do suck. I'm like, ooh, ow, that hurt. Miss Awesome.
Just send you a DM saying you suck too, just to let you know. Like, hey,
Watchman says, don't let Tama speak. I go, if I had my druthers, brother, he wouldn't
ever. Don't Google best Tama Tonga promo. Don't search that on YouTube.
I actually encourage everyone in the chat to show you why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Search Tama Tonga promo
on YouTube.
And if you don't make the show, I'm going to assume it happened. Same thing happened to you. It happened to the Ring when you watched the tape. You died.
Oh my God.
The ring, the move. And you won't last 7 days.
You won't last 7 days. It takes 1 day.
So Tama Tonga's shitty promos are stronger, detrimental to your life than Samara.
I'll take Samara 7 days of watching the Ring over Tama Tonga's one promo. At least I have 7 days to get my affairs in order.
True.
I love
Shit,
y'all, man.
you listen
Appreciate
to
y'all for
Tom.
joining the chat. Yo, next week, y'all, next Tuesday, y'all pull up. Y'all are the best, man. Seriously. Y'all are great. Fellas, appreciate y'all.